welcome back to the NHL on MHS.
Scores!
What a shot!
Shot scores!
That is your winner.
Scores! A highlight reel goal as the Panthers are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
We welcome you to the SAP Center in San Jose, California. Saturday night hockey as the New York Islanders come to San Jose to take on the San Jose Sharks. They have points in 4 straight games to try to continue it here tonight at the SAP Center. Hello, everybody. I'm Max. Glad to be with you on our coverage on the MHS Network as the San Jose Sharks, a couple of points behind in the wild cards points in the spot, but they are a good team. Right now, they are pretty close to that playoff spot, as I mentioned earlier, and they're going on right now because they have fluctuated a little bit this season. Sometimes they were in the playoff spot, sometimes they weren't, and it's just been back and forth on that. For the New York Islanders, they have played a good season so far, and they have acquired someone in the trade deadline, which was Braden Shen, the center, as the Blues traded him away. Drew and went with that first-round pick in 2026 and a third-round pick in 2026 in part of the deal, as Shen was traded from the Blues to the Islanders, and that's how the Islanders are going to get it. And Braden Shen's first game as an Islander is going to happen tonight here in San Jose. So we'll see that. A little bit of line changes, though, for the San Jose Sharks. This is a back-to-back for them as well. Lost their last game against St. Louis 3-2 in overtime. They're going to have Ryan Reeves be in the lineup as Ryan Warsofsky, the head coach of the San Jose Sharks, said they needed some fresh legs out there, and Regenda is actually going to be out of the lineup here due to that. Kurashev as well will be out as well, as they felt like they needed fresh legs. They are trying to push for the playoffs right now as we're in March. These points are so huge coming into the late stages of the season, and you gotta know the San Jose Sharks need it. For the New York Islanders, they're third in the Metropolitan Division, I believe, and we'll see if they can get 2 points, as Pittsburgh did lose today in a shootout. So if they do pick up some points here, they could take Pittsburgh's spot, man. Right now, at the moment, we could see another Islanders-Pittsburgh series in the playoffs. See how this goes. As also, for the New York Islanders, they got John Gabriel Pageau signed for 3 years starting next season. So an extension for Pageau, and he's been pretty good for them in this season. He's had 14 goals, 15 assists, and 29 points in this season. Our starting goalies for tonight's game will be Ilya Sorokin. He has a 22-14-2 record, goals against average of a 2.54, and a save percentage of 913. That's their starting goalie, basically, for the New York Islanders. Has been since the beginning. Yaroslav Askarov will go into net, 19-6-2, a goals against average of a 3.57, and the save percentage of an 887. We'll see how this goes. The Sharks are pretty good when they score their first goal. If they can do it, they're 23-8-3. We will see how this goes out. We'll be back, everybody, with Puck Drop in San Jose in just a moment. We'll be back. Welcome you back, everybody, inside of the SAP Center in San Jose. Saturday night hockey here in this one against the New York Islanders and the San Jose Sharks. It's the first game we've actually done here in San Jose, so this should be quite a new thing to do. It is incredible that we have done this for a couple of years on this channel, and this is the first time we have done one that the game is taking place in San Jose, which is probably should have done that earlier. But that's just our first one here, and see if the San Jose Sharks can recover from that overtime loss to the the St. Louis Blues. And I mean, one of the young talents that we see here, the San Jose squad is such a young base team, and you gotta admit, Celebrini is the future of the NHL. He is such a great player. He's fifth in NHL in points this season with 88. As he has done well. 57 assists for Celebrini, 31 goals. He has been on fire this season. He has helped the Sharks be close to playoff contention. They are still a little bit away, just a couple points out. As we'll see how this goes. As the last 5 for Celebrini, he has had 7 points. And the San Jose Sharks winning 3 of the last 4 games they have played. They need all the points they can get right now. For the Islanders, they're just a point behind Pittsburgh, I believe, in the standings in their division. And the Islanders pick up a victory here, they'll be able to overcome that Pittsburgh's points and will be in second in the division. And all of this matters. Who's going to get home ice in the Stanley Cup playoffs between these two teams, or any teams that are just trying to get points to even make the playoffs. It's going to be war for another month or so as we close out the regular season, as we're in early March. There is the man for the Islanders. First game tonight as an Islander in Brayden Schenn. 12 goals, 16 assists, and 28 points for him. A minus 23, though. That is the lowest now on the team for the Islanders. Hasn't had a great season with the plus or minus. There's Askarov and Sorokin facing off here tonight. Askarov coming in because Nedeljkovic started the last game here for San Jose. As we will see how this goes. Celebrini and Schenn on the face-off dot at center ice. We are underway here at the SAP Center. Schaefer tried to move it ahead here for Schenn. It didn't go. Will Smith now. Will Smith and Celebrini, a duo. That is great here for the San Jose Sharks. 10 seconds in and icing here on the Islanders. Early on in the hockey game, and the faceoff will come into the Islander end. So the top forward group here for the Islanders. Heineman, Horvat, and Barzal. They've been good. Barzal has 5 assists, actually. And Lee in the last 5 games has 4 goals. Off the draw, won by Celebrini. Klingberg lost it at the blue line. Here come the Islanders the other way. Ritchie moved it for Palat. Got hooked there a little bit there. Ritchie tried to center. And that one was stopped there by Askarov. It's actually Palat trying to center it for Ritchie. And that chance didn't go. You could argue that Celebrini maybe should have been called for a penalty there. They don't call it. And Palat didn't get a clean opportunity. Godet and Bo Horvat in the faceoff dot. Horvat won the draw. Spin move there by Barzal along the wall. Barzal looking, sends it cross ice. That pass for Tony DeAngelo. Back for Barzal once again. The shot went wide of the net. Held in at the point by Pelech, but turned over and moved ahead here. A 2-on-1 for the Sharks. Kiefer Sherwood tries to center. It deflected away. Sherwood, one of those trade deadline acquisitions for the San Jose Sharks. Fed back Mukmadulin, and a save made again. Sherwood around the wall. Godet now for Goodrow. Goodrow fed it back to the point. Mukmadulin rimmed it all the way around, intercepted by Pelech along the wall. And Mukmadulin kicked it ahead and kept it in. But then now Pelech got it out to center ice. Barzal trying to take it away there. Mukmadulin has it. Plays it off the end wall there for Mario Ferraro. And back for Mukmadulin once again, that the shots are even at 1 here early on in the game. Welcome you in if you're just tuning in with us here on the NHL and MHS Sharks Islanders here tonight in the late start in the central time zone, which I am in. Faceoff along the wall, and then it is Misa along the wall feeding that back there. Misa gets it along the near boards, poked away there by Schaefer. Misa, both of these teams are young talents that have been good. Schaefer, rookie season, he has been a great defenseman. Holmstrom has it. Holmstrom changing his number because Shen took his original number in 10. And joining the team, Schaefer tried to make a drag move right there and almost got it to work. Reeves, first game in the after 4 games not being in the lineup as he returns here. Got the puck along the wall. It is tied up. Lee, Desharnais all tied up there. To the opposite side it goes as Dickinson now gets it out the center. Mayfield has it, and he'll dump it back in from the blue line. Dickinson, now to Desharnais. Turned it over. Soucy, a shot from the boards and a pad save there by the goaltender. And it goes back across to the point. Mayfield, a long shot, went wide of Askarov. Reeves tried to poke it out of the zone. He does. Reeves gets it out. That pass couldn't connect there as it goes to the opposite side. A stop check. Fed it back. Long shot from the point. Went well wide of the net. Duclair tied up along the boards. Goudreau's getting a little bit hooked there, and they didn't call it. Mayfield flips it out to center ice. Glove down by Klingberg. Klingberg has it. Plays it back here. And Orlov getting pressured there up high by Palat. Dumped back in by San Jose. Sorokin plays it out of his cage. And it's now the Islanders trying to get it out of the zone. They cannot get it out. Now they will. Klingberg once again plays it off the end boards, and that will be an icing as the pass did not connect. And an icing here on the San Jose Sharks. The faceoff will be back in the Sharks zone. Third season as the Islanders head coach for Patrick Waugh has led the team to at least one playoff appearance. Didn't make it last year, but they made it the year before. Off the draw, Shen. Here's Schaefer. Schaefer along the wall. Ritchie neck to Schaefer once again. Schaefer tied up along the wall with Orlov. Celebrini got it out of the pile, and it's cleared down the length of the ice. No icing. Pelech gets there. It is Pelech with the puck circling back. And here is Schaefer flipping it out to center. And now picked up here by Ferraro. Ferraro off the end boards. Big check thrown there in the corner. 4 minutes into the hockey game. That is an incredible check there along the corner in the San Jose zone. Back in, D'Angelo flips it back in from the blue line. Behind the net, Ferraro trying to get it. D'Angelo trying to get out of the pile. And then it goes to the opposite side. Horvat getting pressured up high. Here's Sherwood. Pelech's the only one back. Sherwood, drop pass, covered up with Ferraro as a nice defensive play to cover up there. Here's Horvat with some speed. Horvat's in and a save made. Goudreau swept it away as no one could get the rebound. Here's Sherwood the other way, flipping it back in from the blue line. Goudreau along the end boards, flipping that back. Desharnais into the middle. Celebrini shot blocked on the way through. And here comes Barzal. Barzal holding up and waiting. Feeds that for the trailer and Lee. Back for Barzal again. Another drop pass. Pass out to Lee. Backhander to the top of the crease. Lee behind the net once again. Looking to center. They got deflected away there by Eklund. Shot blocked on the way through. And now to Foley, a stretch ahead. That was intercepted there by Pelech and is shot back in. It's played there by Askarov around the boards. Pelech trying to get it out. And into the middle. Here they come. Here's William Eklund dumping it back in. Pajot gets there first in the corner. Held in at the point, though, by Orlov. Around it goes to the opposite side for Klingberg. Behind the net now. Eklund looking to center. Eklund got it to Toffoli. That stick in the lane there. Klingberg, the shot deflected wide. Orlov. And now Holmstrom picks it up in the corner. And Pelech has it in the middle. And try to move it ahead. That will be an icing on the Islanders. 3-1 the Jets favoring the New York Islanders, and they've had some opportunities here in the hockey game Pelech the stretch ahead for Horvat. And a big save there by Askarov created a rebound. And thankfully there for the San Jose Sharks, Wenberg was covering one of the trailers in the play. The Islanders coming up here with some good offensive opportunities early on in the hockey game. Smith played that back for Klingberg. Klingberg into the corner. Celebrini has it. Celebrini try to feed it in front for Orlov. Look at the center. Graf had a great chance in front and a big save there. Graf into the corner. Smith. Smith backhands that one to the point. Klingberg, the long shot, blockered away. Orlov in the corner, up in the air. Along the glass, Celebrini looks to center. Did not go. Klingberg, shot blocked on the way through. Was intended for a pass for Celebrini, but Schaefer was covering him up. Klingberg goes back. The shots are even at 3. Klingberg with a drop pass. Orlov has it. Flips it back in from center. And Susi around the boards. Got back past Pulock there. And it's out to center ice. Ferraro deflected at center. Graf tried to feed it into the middle. He does. Going back here is Ostapchuk. And Ostapchuk carries it back in. Ostapchuk trying to make a move. Look at the center. Covered up there defensively. Mukmadulin feeds that back. Ferraro, the long shot, went wide of the net. Off the back of the cage it goes, and now it is picked up here by Gatcomb, and he clears it out to center ice. Mukmadulin lost it out. Ostapchuk. Man, that name is tough. Ferraro. And now Mukmadulin will move it ahead for Reeves. Poke checked off his stick. Here's Palat. Winds one on goal and a save made. Askarov with a save there on Palat on a slap shot. 4-3, the shots favoring the New York Islanders. As Orlov to Graf. Pad save in front by Sorokin, and a huge stop there. We will be back in just a moment. Welcome you back, everybody, here at the SAP Center. Saturday Night Hockey. And the Islanders and the San Jose Sharks here in this one are scoreless. But there has been some great opportunities for both teams here in the hockey game, but no one has punched through with a goal. As we welcome you in, there's Emil Heineman, 16 goals, 24 assists there, or points, and 100 hits for him. Now moved ahead, the stretch pass by Desharnais. Dumped into the corner behind the net, Sorokin. And now just turned over to Toffoli for just a moment. Tie up there with Pulock. And Palat will move it ahead here for Schenn. Schaefer now carries it ahead. Bounced down, Palat. Palat dropped it. Ritchie back up top for Schenn once again. Pulock from the blue line. Schaefer with some room. Schaefer the shot and a save made. And it's cleared out to center. Do not leave Schaefer that wide open. Pulock leaves it there as Barzell has the puck. Matt Barzell behind his own net. Will move it ahead here for Schaefer. Schaefer dumps it back in from center. Played by Askarov, left it there for Mukmadulin. And it is cleared out to center ice. Played back here by Pelech. Pelech has the puck once again. Off a skate. Turned over the Sharks. Mukmadulin has it now. Shots are 5-3 in favor of the Islanders here in the game. As it is moved ahead here by Mukmadulin once again. Bounced at center. Sherwood, Mukmadulin. You got to think for San Jose, this is a big game for them. As they were trying to make the comeback against San Jose, or against St. Louis in the last game. And they lost in overtime, but these points are really big for the San Jose Sharks because they know every game could determine their playoff destiny if they can even make the playoffs or not. Because these points are so big in the standings there in that wild card positioning in the Western Conference. Cleared out to center. Here comes Will Smith on the breakaway. Smith! Save made a delayed penalty here. It will be a hook, and the San Jose Sharks to the power play. It will be a hooking penalty there. And let's get the call here from the referee.
For 48, 2-minute minor penalty for hooking.
The hooking call. And so Will Smith draws the penalty there, and the San Jose Sharks to the man advantage to try to punch through first. As Schaefer goes to the penalty box. Will Smith is one of those good players on San Jose. 19 goals, 24 assists, 43 points. Him and Celebrini leading the way. Off the faceoff, one here by the Sharks. Orlov left it. Smith down low to Foley. Back for Smith to Foley. Backdoor Celebrini stopped. Sorokin. Celebrini was covered, but he still got some of his stick on the puck. And a big save there by Sorokin. Face off, and Pajot was going to face Wenberg for a moment. Now it's Celebrini as he gets kicked out. Pajot won the draw, bounced into the middle. That was dangerous, but they were able to clear the puck. Askarov leaves it there for Orlov in his own zone. Orlov the drop pass for Will Smith. With Celebrini on the opposite side. He gives it to Celebrini, who carries it ahead. Celebrini along the wall, feeding that back for Goodrow. Orlov feeding it for Toffoli. It bounced over his stick. Smith around the boards to the corner. Goodrow lost it, and Pollock couldn't clear it. Celebrini held it in. Macklin Celebrini spinning away from pressure. Smith. Orlov fakes the one-timer. Orlov at the blue line to Celebrini. The Smith with some room. Smith back for Celebrini. It bounced over his stick. Fed that back there for Orlov. Slides it across. Celebrini. In front of deflection. Went wide. Goodrow. Into the middle. Toffoli. And the shot went wide. Goodrow on the rebound. Couldn't get it. Celebrini along the wall, feeding that back there for Orlov once again. Celebrini waiting, down low. Goodrow waiting, backhander blocked, and it's cleared at the top of the crease. Askarov leaves it for Klingberg as the second power play unit is on here for San Jose. Shot back in by Eklund around the boards to the corner. Sherwood trying to get in from the pile, and it's cleared out to center. Misa has it. Plays it across. They're back in on side. Gaudette. Gaudette forced off by Soucy from behind. Fed that back there for Klingberg. Klingberg to Sherwood. Try to pass it. Blocked by Mayfield. Gaudette. Sherwood back for Klingberg once again. Klingberg at the point. Fed it for Sherwood along the half wall. Shot went wide of the net. Power plays over for San Jose. They're 0 for 1. So the Islanders get to the kill there. On that man advantage, only one shot on that man advantage for the San Jose Sharks. Had some chances, but some great defensive plays there by the Islanders to block passes. Ritchie's back in. Ritchie dropped it at the point. DeAngelo with some room. Shot! Scores! Tony DeAngelo has given the Islanders a 1-0 lead. So after they kill the penalty, they get the goal by Tony DeAngelo. And kind of a bad one there by Askarov. I don't know if this is a hit off of someone. There was no screen there in front, basically. You could argue maybe Palat, but that was a nice shot, it seemed like there. And DeAngelo, with his 5th goal of the season, gets it there, even strength after they killed the penalty. And at 8:23 left to go in the first period. They have the 1-0 lead here in San Jose on the road. Shen around the boards. Can't get it out just yet. Will Smith held it in. Sharks looking to respond here as Celebrini got it stripped away. Smith. And then it's Pelech playing it to DeAngelo. Out to center, 2-on-1. Here's Shen. In. Shen waiting, shoots. Save, and it went wide. Celebrini the other way, looking to counter. 4-on-3 rush. Celebrini to Smith. Smith, the shot went wide. Ritchie with the only assist on that goal by DeAngelo. And Schaefer. So a couple of odd man rushes after the goal was scored there by Tony DeAngelo. Shots are 6-5 in favor of the Islanders. The last one being that goal by DeAngelo. Back in is Barzell, dropping it out for Schaefer. The shot blockered away there by Askarov into the netting and out of play. 7:22 to go in the first period. We will be back. Tony DeAngelo, the goal scorer, as the Islanders have a 1-0 lead. Welcome you back, everybody, and a 1-0 lead here for the Islanders, and some chances after that goal by Tony DeAngelo. Shen had a chance on a 2-on-1 afterwards, and so a 1-0 lead for the Islanders here as they win the draw inside the San Jose Zone. The shot went wide of the net. Shots are 7-5 in favor of the Islanders. Long shot by DeAngelo blocked on the way through. DeAngelo gets it once again at the blue line. DeAngelo backhands that one in deeper. Horvat along the wall. Feeding it behind the net now for Barzell. Pressured from behind by Gaudette. Got taken down. Heineman has it. Heineman fed it back to the point. Pelech. And now it is Barzell leaving it. DeAngelo into the middle of a skate of Pelech and a save made by Askarov. Pelech. The pass for DeAngelo couldn't connect. DeAngelo now. Backhands that one for Pelech. Sherwood fell by himself. DeAngelo another reverse pass there for Pelech. Now it is shot back in here by Pajot. Around the boards to the opposite side. Dickinson around the boards. Misa gets it out to center ice. Lee now. Almost a turnover to Toffoli. Lee sends it back in from center. Getting there first is Desharnais. Off the glass, not out of the zone just yet. Mayfield sends it in deeper. Pajot looking at center. That didn't go. Holmstrom has it. Fed that back. Mayfield fires! And went wide of the net. And now Misa along the boards trying to get it out. Held in by Pajot once again. The Sharks have had some trouble clearing the puck out of their own zone here early on in the hockey game, as they have it in the corner. And another turnover by Dickinson. Mayfield having some trouble. He did not hold it in. Cleared out to center. Schaefer has it. 5.5 to go here in the first period. The Shots are 8-5 in favor of the Islanders, and they have the 1-0 lead. The goal by D'Angelo. Off the boards, and maybe a 3-on-2 here for the Sharks as Goodrow sends it back in. Centering pass for Reeves, and a save made. Reeves fed it back to the point. Klingberg has it. Klingberg the long shot, deflected wide. Cizikas has it, and he'll clear it out to center ice. Klingberg going back for the puck. John Klingberg off the stick of Goodrow. Goodrow sends it back in. Goodrow off the boards and to the opposite side. Reeves trying to throw a check there along the boards. Shen trying to clear it. Celebrini held it in. Reeves and Pelech were pushing each other for just a moment. And Palat gets it out to center ice. Klingberg now off the boards. Celebrini lost it, and then he deflected it back into the corner. D'Angelo. Almost a turnover in the high slot there. That would have been bad. Mukmadulin now along the boards. Pelech trying to get it back. And then it's Shen trying to clear it. Mukmadulin held it in once again. Celebrini fed it. Shot! Save! Blocked! It was loose! Pelech had to block the shot there. But no one will know where the puck was there for a second there. Mukmadulin. And then it's Smith backhanding that one back in. Around the boards. In a pile there, and it's fished free there by Pullock. Barzell now with the puck. Will carry it ahead. Matt Barzell into the zone. The drop pass to the point. Schaefer the shot. Knocked down in front. Shot went wide of the net. Horvat with the opportunity. I don't know if Askarov got a piece of it. But man, oh man. What a chance. Mayfield has it. Seemed like Askarov was complaining about something there. Shot by Mayfield blocked. Still in the corner. Tied up along the wall as they all battle for the puck. Fed back to the point as it's Soucy now with the puck. Fading into the circle. High slot. Barzell waits. Barzell the shot! Off a skate and it deflected wide. Barzell fed it back to the point. Mayfield the shot blocked on the way through as he winded it up. Soucy goes back first. Mayfield has it. Horvat now has the puck once again. Mayfield. Less than 3 to go in the first period. In a 1-0 lead here for the Islanders here in San Jose. Toffoli has it at center. Toffoli trying to move it ahead, and Holmstrom takes it away along the wall, and it's shot back in here by Pelech. Klingberg has it. Klingberg off the glass. Got it out to center ice. Toffoli. Misa carries it ahead. Misa lost the handle. And out to center it goes once again. Klingberg played back here. And Eklund to Klingberg. Misa along the wall got the pass. Klingberg with some room. Shot deflected into the corner. Eklund along the wall. Feeding that back for Klingberg. Point to point here. Long shot blocked on the way through. The shot by Orlov did not get towards the net. Eklund battling for the puck behind the net in the corner with 2 minutes to go in the first period. Schaefer flips it up in the air. Knocked down. Duclair out of the reach as he couldn't get the shot away. The puck just bounced away from his possession. Along the boards. It is still tied up in the corner. Poked free here. The Stopchuk gets it out to center ice. Goodrow has it. The Stopchuk has it in the middle. And then he lost it, Pullock, and now it is Schaefer once again. 90 seconds to go here in the first period. A 1-0 lead here for the Islanders. Schaefer has it once again off the boards. Deflected. Ahead now it's Ritchie. Ritchie in the corner. Now behind the net, pressured by Mukmadulin. Ritchie still has it on the backhand. Intercepted there by Graf, And the other way come the San Jose Sharks looking to respond here in the final minute. Smith dropped it with some room. Ferraro! Shot blocked on the way through. Klingberg has it now. Klingberg, the long shot, deflected into the corner. And it is not cleared out. What a hit there by Shen as he leveled him. Klingberg within the final minute. Celebrini. And then it's Susi going back for the puck. Deflected off the glass. Another huge hit there. Centering pass. Klingberg, the shot wide of the net. Oh, what a hit there by Susi on one of the Sharks. I think it was Orlov who got hit badly. Celebrini finds a man open, and Smith the backhander off the crossbar. Will Smith with the opportunity off the crossbar, and Horvat looks to center one. That did not go. 18 seconds of the go here in the first period. Smith cross ice for Gaudette. Gaudette the shot and a save made. With 12 seconds to go in the first period, as Sorokin makes a big save there. The San Jose Sharks that close to tying the game late here in the first period. As Sorokin has been big, or the post has helped him out a little bit there. Oh, what a save there by Askarov on the rebound. On an earlier opportunity there by Horvat. Smith right off the crossbar, going to the backhand. Wow. What a sequence. We haven't had much whistles in this first period, which has led to a good pace here in this hockey game. Shots are 8-7. Islanders. Gaudette and Pajot on the faceoff dot with 12 seconds to go here in the period. Off the tie-up, it is won by the Islanders. Off the glass, will this be an icing? No, it will not. Played by Askarov with 4 seconds to go. Cizikas has it along the wall, tied up. That'll do it for the first period. A 1-0 lead for the New York Islanders as D'Angelo gets the goal. And the Islanders, after 20 minutes, take a 1-0 lead to the locker room. We'll be back in just a moment with our intermission report coming up next here on the NHL on MHS. Welcome you back, everybody, with our intermission report here on the NHL and MHS. A 1-0 lead here for the New York Islanders over the San Jose Sharks here in the SAP Center in San Jose. So the goal by Tony DeAngelo, the 5th of the season for him. Shots are 8-7 in favor of the Islanders after 20 minutes, as this is the carry in here by Ritchie, and then the drop pass. You could argue there's a screen there. And it is a 1-0 lead here for Tony DeAngelo and the New York Islanders. That was the only goal of the first period, 11:37. Had a penalty, had a Sharks power play. Nothing happened on that. As these are the face-off percentages. Pretty tight in there. 0 for 1 on the power play, San Jose. Physical game by the Islanders. They threw 2 big hits at the end on some of the San Jose Sharks in that final sequence there at the end of the period. And giveaways, they got to fix that. The San Jose Sharks 7. And the takeaway is only 1 in favor of the San Jose Sharks. Block shots 5-4 in favor of the Sharks. And in the season series, this is the last game of this season series. The last one was on October 21st, so it's been a while since these two teams have met. A 4-3 win for the New York Islanders in that one over the San Jose Sharks back in their home arena, the UBS Arena in Elmont, New York. And they got the win there, and the Islanders trying to get the win here, obviously, again, in this one. Let's go over the scores around the National Hockey League while we're at it here. If you're just tuning in with us, live scores right now. 2-1 Senators over the Kraken. Dylan Cousins have given the Senators a 2-1 lead. A 1-0 lead for the Hurricanes over the Calgary Flames in Calgary. Both their first periods about to end pretty soon here. Other games around the National Hockey Leagues that are completed. 3-1 Bruins, that was earlier on the first game of today. 6-3 Devils. Jack Hughes with the hat trick. The golden goal boy is continuing it on after the Olympic Sabres. Red hot right now as they have a 3-2 win there against the Nashville Predators. And they continue on their surprising wins that they're doing right now. And they might make the playoffs for the first time since 2011, which is the craziest thing. They haven't made the playoffs since 2011, but now the crazier thing is you started off the season pretty badly, and now all of a sudden you might be making the playoffs, and they're the second or first in the division. I think Lightning won, so they will be second again in the division with the Red Wings. And the Flyers and the Penguins shootout. 4-3 Flyers won that one. Lightning won 5-2 over the Maple Leafs. Mammoth won in overtime. I think it was Cooley who got the overtime winner at 2:08. An entertaining third period as there was a bunch of goals. 2 goals quickly for the Columbus Blue Jackets tied the game up as they were down 4-2 in that third period. It was a 2-2 tie heading into that third period, by the way. An incredible third period in Columbus that ended with the Utah Mammoths picking up the win. 3-2 Jets over the Canucks in overtime. And it seemed like Canucks were going to hold on. Velarde got a power play goal to tie it late, and then Morrissey with the overtime winner. And the Canadiens against the Kings, heartbreaking loss here for the Kings, obviously. They were up 3-2. Then the power play goal tied it late, Slavkovsky, and then moments later, Suzuki gave them the lead. 4-3, Canadiens led, and they held on, even though they got outshot 39-23 in LA. 4-3 win for the Montreal Canadiens as they get 2 goals quickly in the third period to take the lead and tie it. And there was a lot of action here in the National Hockey League today. A lot of entertaining hockey throughout the entire day. And for the second period, the San Jose Sharks have to fix a lot of stuff that they had problems with going into this game, I believe. It's just they are having trouble with possession of the puck here. They haven't been able to push into the offensive zone as much as they probably would like to do right now. They've been stuck in their defensive zone a lot, and the Islanders are doing a great job with their forechecking, keeping it out to center, and kind of establishing kind of a wall for the San Jose Sharks not to enter the zone. They're stuck to the outside when they do get offensive zone opportunities. They got to get more interior and get the slot shot chances, but the question is, can they do so with this Islanders defense? We will see that obviously here in the second period. If the Sharks can respond, they did have a chance late at the end with Will Smith hitting the crossbar, so we'll see if they can get something here in the late stage or in the second period, as we will roll ahead there as there's still 6 minutes until our second period starts, and we'll see how the San Jose Sharks will respond. If they're the Islanders, you played a good first period. You guys got to continue to build on it, maybe improve your game a little bit more, and you should be good with that, as they have had a pretty good game. They've had a pretty good season. Let's look at the standings while we're at it, actually, because this is a very important game for both of these teams. And let's look at you back to the standings here. Some good matchups tomorrow. Holy moly. And we're chasing silver, too. The Stanley Cup playoffs in just a month. April 18th when it starts. So we'll have all that coverage here on the NHL on MHS. Montreal now in that third position, and now the Red Wings fall to that as they've been losing a lot. They lost their captain, Dylan Larkin, and now they are getting a little closer out of that playoff line, but they got to improve there, the Red Wings, and that. Regardless of that, here come the Islanders in their game right now. If they get the win here, they're on a 2-game losing streak. If they get the win, then they'll jump ahead of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Carolina on the top of the division probably will stay at the top of the division in that one. And for the San Jose Sharks, just 2 points behind the Seattle Kraken, who are playing tonight against the Ottawa Senators. They're trailing 2-1 right now at the moment. Utah have two big points on that one. They've won 3 in a row. They're just trying to hold on to that playoff wild card positioning to make the playoffs for the first time in the Utah Mammoth history. And brutal loss for the Kings, who are trying to get closer. There's a couple of teams. Winnipeg starting to heat up a little bit now. 3 wins in a row. They are just 5 points behind now. So this might be taken to the last day. Maybe these teams are the ones that will be fighting in the Western Conference. And for the look at all these in the Eastern Conference, all of a sudden Ottawa's getting a little bit closer. As look at this. This is probably going to be the race here. Detroit, Boston, Columbus, maybe Montreal at some points. We had the Buffalo Sabres being 6 wins in a row and second in the division. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Well, Buffalo is back, I guess you could say now. We'll be back in just a moment. If the Buffalo Sabres are back, we'll take a break, and then we will be right back as the Islanders have a 1-0 lead going into the second period. Can the Sharks respond and tie it? We'll see what we see here in the second period. We will be back in just a moment. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to San Jose, and the San Jose Sharks down by 1. And entering the game, both first number 1 draft picks from the last 2 years facing off against each other. Celebrating in 2024 and Schaefer in 2025. It's 60 games played for Celebrini, 31 goals a forward. And games for Schaefer, 63, the defenseman with 20 goals, 25 assists, 45 points, celebrating with 88 points, 5th in the NHL, and that this season. In that ranking, as these rookies and these young faces are going to be the future of the National Hockey League, for sure. Schaefer, a brilliant offensive and great defenseman as well. And Celebrini, just a natural. Him and Bedard on San Jose, this is just going to be the future. Or on Chicago, pardon me, are going to be the future of the National Hockey League. This is going to be the superstars, the all-stars in the new generation of the National Hockey League as the old generation starts to move out with Ovechkin and Crosby. We're underway here in San Jose in the second period. Klingberg, shots were 8-7 after the first period as Orlov gets the stretch ahead. Orlov fed it into the middle, bounced up into the air, and out to center it goes off the skate of Schaefer. Klingberg dumps that one back in from center. Along the wall, Celebrini has it. Celebrini tried to center. It deflected off a skate and goes to the opposite side. Klingberg along the half wall, fed it for Celebrini. He scores! His 32nd of the season has tied it for the San Jose Sharks. Nice setup there. Will Smith passing that to Celebrini along the wall. In less than a minute here in the second period, Macklin Celebrini has tied it for the San Jose Sharks. What a play along the wall to get it to the cross of the ice. It went off the skate of Shen. That's why it bounced to the opposite side. And then it was worked around the wall. Great board battle there with Smith. And at 33 seconds of the second period, the game is tied with the goal by Macklin Celebrini. Just when I'm talking about the All-Stars of the future, he scores right there. Great timing there, Macklin Celebrini. He's tied it up at 1. Mook Madulin dumps it back in off a skate. Here's Goodrow, the shot, the save made. Goodrow again. They almost got the lead. The San Jose Sharks after the face-off win. Goodrow trying to get it back there. A turnover right there. Bounced in front. Shot. Sherwood's shot was blocked on the way through. Goodrow. The Sharks trying to get the lead here. Fed back up top. Long shot by Mook Madulin and a save made. Sorokin. It was sitting there, but Sorokin got it on the rebound, and the Sharks are starting to get the offense going early on here. Most points by a teenager, NHL history. A goal tonight, Celebrini with 152. Passing Brian Bellows 148. Yzerman with 176. Crosby 222. Gretzky with 220. Howardchuk with 194. Jimmy Carson with 186, I believe, and Yzerman's ahead of him. And off the draw, one here, and Mayfield will carry it ahead. He'll pile behind the play. And now it is picked up there by Dickinson. Off the boards, out to center ice. Mayfield intercepted. Mayfield cross ice. That pass here for Holmstrom behind the net. Holmstrom looking. Holmstrom fed it back. Mayfield point to point with Soucy. The shot blocked on the way through. In the corner, Graf trying to get it back. Lee forced it into the opposite side. Dickinson will flip it out to center ice. This, again, is intercepted by Mayfield, but poked ahead here in Graf, trying to get it back from Soucy. Eklund behind the net. Eklund has it. Eklund centered for Toffoli, and it didn't go. Eklund fed it back to the point. Dickinson once again. Dickinson, the long shot to the opposite side. It went to the corner. And now is moved ahead here by Pajot. Off the boards, flipped it back into the San Jose zone. More than 2 minutes in. As it's shot back in here by Barclay Goodrow. Round the boards it goes, and Off the boards there for D'Angelo, pardon me. A battle along the penalty boxes, and then it's Pellick off the glass, and Dickinson into the middle. Backins onside. Horvat dropped to Duclair. Horvat shot and a save made. Yeah, Gatcombe poked it, fed it, shot. Duclair ripped it wide. And Pollock has the puck. Pollock with the puck. A 1-1 tie here in San Jose. If you just tuned in with us here, that puck deflects out of play into the crowd. Shots are 11-9 now. And the shots in the period are 4-1, I believe. Yeah, 4-1 in favor of the San Jose Sharks. It's the chance right here on the rush. Horvat with the opportunity. Big save there by Askarov on that rush there by the Islanders. We're looking to win late night hockey on their Saturday night hockey edition on the NHL on MHS. We'll have the playoffs coming up soon here, as that should be a good one for sure. As the puck is dropped once again, and now bounced into the middle. Backends onside. Shen dropped it. Pollock the shot. Deflects over the net. Ritchie. And then Celebrini poked it ahead. Graff will move it ahead. Will Smith has it. Dropped it into the middle. Klingberg tried to make the drag move there. Could not. Off the board. Schaefer with a race there with Orlov. Then Celebrini picked up the puck. Schaefer and Orlov get together in the corner, and a penalty upcoming. I wonder who this is going to be on. I think it might be on Orlov. I think Schaefer was able to get the penalty there. Orlov's going to the box. I believe a holding. I think so. We'll see. Schaefer, I don't think is getting a penalty out of this. It's a roughing, I think.
9, 2-minute minor for roughing.
A roughing call on Orlov, and so the Islanders get their first power play of the game to try to take the lead back. On Schaefer right there. Schaefer did not get a penalty out of that. Some think maybe that should have been a penalty as well on Schaefer, but a roughing call on Orlov has given the Islanders a power play here. There's Ryan Rosofsky, 30-25-5 record this season, the second season as the Sharks head coach. See if they can get something here, the Islanders, on this power play. We haven't seen much special teams here in the game. Only one power play for the San Jose Sharks. That did not get anything going there, and it's Wenberg in the face-off dot against Braden Shen. Shen trying to win the tie-up, and then instead it was won by Wenberg, and Schaefer could not hold it in. It hit something on the bench there. So this face-off, I think, will stay in the Sharks zone. 4 seconds into the power play. See how this goes here for the Islanders in their new power play. Braden Shen this season with 3 power play goals. This is the new addition on their power play here. See how he does, the center on this power play unit. Cleared off the face-off immediately there by the San Jose Sharks down the length of the ice. Sorokin will play it back. The Islanders have the worst power play in the National Hockey League, as Barzal will carry it ahead. Barzal carries it. Horvat back for Schaefer at the blue line. Shen has it in the circle. Shen the shot! Trying to go short side on Askarov, and a save made. Ritchie tried to center for Horvat, didn't go, and Ferraro flips it out of the air and down the length of the ice. Schaefer has it behind his own net. Schaefer carries it towards the front. Drop pass Horvat, and here's Barzal the other way. Barzal carries it ahead. Waiting for an option here as he's at the blue line. Schaefer with Barzal. Barzal has it, drifting into the circle. Spins back from pressure. Fed it back for Schaefer cross ice. Here's Ritchie with the puck. Flipped it back for Schaefer. One-timer by Shen was blocked there by Ferraro. Off the glass, it's cleared out to center. Schaefer now with the puck. Lost the hand as he fell down. but recovered. Both teams going for line changes. So does Schaefer. He wants to get his change here, but he cannot. Now he passed it, and now Barzell will carry it ahead. Barzell into the middle. Matt Barzell fed it back for D'Angelo once again. D'Angelo with some room. Fed it one-timer. Heineman blocked. Cleared down the length of the ice with 15 to go on the power play. Stretch ahead here by Sorokin. Heineman deflected it back into the corner. Tied up along the wall as DRNA trying to fish it free. Dickinson as well. Comes free for Heineman. Power play expires in a second and is now done. As along the boards, it's Holmstrom, the shot blocked on the way through. Desharnais, and now Holmstrom gets it back. Orlov out of the box, and out to center it goes. Here is Sherwood with Eklund. Dumped it in. Sorokin played it. Heineman. D'Angelo now. Fed it into the middle as Lee will carry it ahead. The captain of the Islanders. Back in his onside here. A backhand chance. Zizekas and a save made. Because he got it to the forehand and got the opportunity there. Casey Zizekas with the opportunity there on that opportunity. Lee and he's carrying that rush there. Nice flip pass there by Heineman to Zizekas. Big save there by Askarov. And I think it was going 5-hole and was covered up at the last second. 5:52 into the second period. A 1-1 tie. A early goal by Celebrini in this period has tied it up for the San Jose Sharks. Celebrini's going to get kicked out of the face-off dot here. It's going to be Graf and Zizekas now in the face-off dot in the San Jose zone. Off the draw. Askarov. Celebrini now. Fed it for Orlov. Klingberg has it. Klingberg backhands that one. Not out of the zone just yet. Gatcomb holds it in. Gatcomb has it in the corner. Fed it behind the net now as it deflected. Pullock cross ice. Shot by Schaefer blocked. Schaefer held it at the blue line. Klingberg has it. Duclair behind the net. Duclair lost it to Klingberg. And now Celebrini the stretch ahead here for Smith. He lost the balance on his skates there as he was trying to settle the pass down. Schaefer has it in his own zone. Matthew Schaefer passed it back and shot back in by Shen from the blue line. Around the boards, Orlov trying to get it. Picked up here and goes cross ice to Foley. Has it at center, flipped it back in. To the corner it goes. Eklund trying to force him off the puck. Mayfield taking it away to Foley, try to center. Shot from the boards and a glove save there by Sorokin. 13:03 to go. Macklin Celebrini, the latest goal that has tied this game up. And for the San Jose Sharks, they've evened the game. you back, everybody. As the Sharks have tied the game, Celebrini with the goal early on in the second period has tied it up here. 13:03 to go in the second. 1-1 tie. The goals in the game, D'Angelo back in the first period and Celebrini in the second period. And we have a 1-1 hockey game here in San Jose. Picked ahead here, and it's carried ahead there by Holmstrom. Stolen away there. Dickinson clears it out to center. Susi had it in his skates, and then Lee dumped it back in. Askarov left it there, and Misa almost turned it over to Holmstrom as Eklund was trying to dump it back in, and he couldn't. Lee into the middle. Holmstrom has it on the backhand and flipped it back in. Dickinson has it now. Sam Dickinson with the puck into the middle, deflected. Couldn't get it deep into the zone. Mayfield, now it's Horvat. Horvat on the outside. Swings back. Horvat try to drop it off to the point, and now the Sharks the other way. Dumped back in here by Eklund. Horvat gets there first. Bo Horvat, pressured by Wenberg. Barzell has it. A drop pass there. And Pelech will move it ahead. Slaps it back in from center. Around the boards. It goes to the opposite side. Now behind the net. Mukmadulin has it. To the opposite side for Gaudette. And Gaudette will move it ahead here for San Jose. The touch pass here for Wenberg. Wenberg along the half boards. Leaves into the middle. Ferraro, the shot save made. Mario Ferraro with the opportunity. Wenberg plays it back. Off the boards at center. And Horvat has it. Played it back here for Mayfield. Pelech will flip it back in. On goal. Directed it to Ferraro. Cross ice. And now off the skate of Wenberg. That was out of the reach of him. And Cizikas the other way. Cizikas shot. Save. Rebound. Duclair. Save made on the rebound. Pullock fed it across ice. Point to point with Schaefer. Schaefer with the blue line. Schaefer across. One-timer save made by Askarov. Exactly 9 minutes into the second period. The chance there by Pullock. Welcome, you know, if you just tuning in with us here on the NHL and MHS, I'm Max. Glad to have you with us here on our late coverage on Saturday Night Hockey. On the NHL and MHS, a 1-1 tie here. Islanders, San Jose. Type in the chat who you're going for in this one. Highest goals against average in the minimum 19 games played this season. Askarov's up there. Ahead of Bennington and Marilainen. And Soderblom and Lankinen are ahead of him. That's nothing good there for the San Jose Sharks, having that goals against average pretty high. That is not a good thing to have there. Off the faceoff. Into the middle. Graf. Left it there for Celebrini, who tied the game early on in the second period. Schaefer along the wall, getting pressured in the corner by Will Smith. Graf lost it. And then Ritchie clears it out to center. Into the middle. And now deflected back in. But then got out of the zone. The Islanders cleared it out of their own zone. Back is Orlov with the puck. Out to center it goes once again. Schaefer has it. Pullock into the middle. And then it's deflected back in here by Shen. Orlov pressured from behind by Ritchie. Klingberg off the backboards. Gets it to Celebrini. Celebrini ahead now. No icing. Sorokin played it behind the net now. And it is Susi carrying it ahead. Got the stretch pass there for Holmstrom, who dumps it back in from center. To the corner it goes. Halfway through the game here. And halfway through the second period. Into the middle. Here comes Toffoli. Tyler Toffoli will shoot it back in wide of the net. Off the backboards it goes. Holmstrom had it. Lost it. Lee got it. And the pass for Mayfield couldn't connect. The turnover. Here's Eklund. Cross ice. The pass couldn't connect there for Misa as there's a stick in the lane. Pajot. That was the first mistake we've seen here in the second period, it seems like, because both of these teams have been pretty good with limiting their opportunities. I think this was played via a high stick here. And so, a 1-1 tie here in San Jose with 9:37 to go in the second period. We will be right back. Welcome you back, everybody. In San Jose, a 1-1 tie here on the MHS coverage of Saturday Night Hockey. And a late edition of it, obviously, with San Jose, obviously in the later time zone. The second overall pick in 2025 NHL draft. There's Michael Misa. As last 2 years for the San Jose Sharks, they have picked very ahead of the draft here and really early on with the top picks. The other year was Celebrini. You see how he's turned out here for the San Jose Sharks. He's done pretty well, and Misa, hopefully the same thing for him. Ferraro has it around the boards. It goes. Now the zone just yet, as Sherwood was tied up. Heineman has it along the boards. He gets tied up from behind here. Drop past D'Angelo. The shot deflected wide. Ferraro off the back of the cage. It was there at the goal line. It rolled towards the crease, and it's covered up there by Askarov. 9:16 to go here in the second period. The shots are 14-13 in favor of the New York Islanders in a game where it has been a little bit limiting here in the second period with chances. There's still been shots, but they haven't been, grade A opportunities, and I think that both of those teams have understood that they have to limit those opportunities, and they have, both of these teams, so we haven't seen much. Most of it's been on the outside. D'Angelo fed it back to the point. Long shot, save made by Askarov from the long-distance shot from the point. Pelech off the boards at center. Here comes Wenberg. It got poke-checked away on the entry. Ferraro has it. Then Sherwood shoots it back in. Off the backboards, D'Angelo. Heineman into the middle. Pelech will move it ahead. Here's Horvat into the middle for D'Angelo. The linesman filled there at the blue line. And back in onside, it is Heineman losing that puck there. Ferraro off the backboards. Mukmadulin around the boards it goes. Bounced up in the air. And Goodrow will move it ahead here. Sherwood dumps it back in from the blue line with 8.5 to go here in the second period. A 1-1 tie. We've had this tie since early on in the second period with the goal by Macklin Celebrini halfway through the period. Or halfway through, 30 seconds into the period. Pardon me, everybody. I don't know what I'm saying. That one deflected into the netting and out of play, so the faceoff will probably stay here in the Islander zone as it deflects into the netting and out of play there. With 8:14 to go in the second period, there's Macklin Celebrini on the ice too. Schaefer's out there as well. You got to think Patrick Waugh is going to try to have Schaefer out there every single time that top forward group is there for the San Jose Sharks of Will Smith and Macklin Celebrini. That duo, just that good. But he's not on here right now. I think Celebrini changed. Might have been gassed there. Along the boards, a stop chuck fed it there to the opposite side for Goodrow. Goodrow had it. Around the boards it goes. And then it's poked out to center ice. Shot back in by San Jose. Pulock around the board. Schaefer, the drop pass, and here they come the other way. Gatcomb carries ahead for the Islanders. Gatcomb has it. Circles back in the corner. Fed it back to the point. Pelech. D'Angelo. D'Angelo spins away from pressure. D'Angelo fed it. Pelech shot. Save made. Loose in front and is covered up by Askarov. $7:29 to go here in the second period. And the Islanders gain chances here. Both these teams have had chances. As I didn't know initially when I was watching that play. Look at Reeves and Cizikas here. Reeves, new addition obviously with in the lineup at least, as he missed the last 4. And as he returned into the lineup, it was either Kurashev or Regenda out there. Celebrini has it along the wall. Got bumped into by Dickinson. Dickinson will go back for the puck here. Around the boards it goes to the opposite side for Celebrini, who clears it out to center ice. Smith into the middle as they move it ahead. Graf poked it in to the corner. Schaefer lost it. Then passed it across. Shen turned it over. Celebrini. Oh, what a big hit from behind there on Palat. Schaefer will shoot it back in from the blue line. Try to slow it down with Askarov. Shen into the middle. Lee in the circle. Ritchie tried to pass that back to the point for Mayfield, and that didn't work out as Smith had intercepted the pass. Dumped back in by San Jose. They'll go for a change in Mayfield. Has the puck. Another drop pass there. Horvat to Mayfield. Mayfield shoots it back in from center. Round the boards. Pajot looking at center. That did not go. Bounced up into the air. Here they come the other way. William Eklund 2-on-2. Eklund left it there. To Foley. To Foley in the corner. Misa trying to get it. Into the middle. Now the zone. Mario Ferraro, the long shot. Save. Made into the glove. Sorokin with 6:04 to go. Second period. 1-1 tie. San Jose getting that opportunity from the long shot from the point by Mario Ferraro, who had a lane, and he had to fire quickly there on that slap shot, as he was going to get covered quickly there. Welcome you in, everybody. NHL and MHS coverage, and glad to be with y'all on this coverage here, Saturday Night Hockey, NHL and MHS. 1-1 time. Shots on goal, 16-14 in favor of the Islanders in the game in total. Wenberg and Horvat in the face-off dot in the Islander zone. A little bit of delay here off this face-off drop, and they finally drop the puck. Orlov across. Klingberg the shot. Got blocked on the way through, but bounced in the high slot. Barzell now has it. Carries it ahead. A drop pass here. And it's moved ahead here by Pelech. Off a stick. Klingberg ahead now. Drop pass Wenberg. Kind of sloppy passing here by the San Jose Sharks. That's not going to be offside. Hand pass, I think, or might have just been offside in general. 5:40 to go in the second period. We haven't had a goal since early on. We'll be back 1-1 time. Welcome you back, everybody, and to remind y'all, we will have coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs. April 18th is when it starts. We'll have hopefully most games. Obviously, we'll cover maybe one series or so. Maybe jump around. Probably have a lot of Game 7s as well. If there's Game 7s, we'll cover it for sure. Because Game 7 in the NHL playoffs are so great to watch. All of this, April 18th is when it starts. Then we'll cover the Stanley Cup final as well. All the playoffs we'll cover here on the NHL on MHS Network. As we are back here in San Jose, a 1-1 tie. As with 5:40 to go in the second period, the face-off one outside the San Jose blue line. Shot back in by the Islanders, knocked down. Barzell tried to get it. Gaudette cross ice, a deflected Sherwood. Out of play into the bench of 5:31 to go. And Nedeljkovic was trying to catch that with a glove, and he didn't get that. And a little bit of a laugh there by Ryan Pullock on the bench, who's right next to Nedeljkovic between that middle part right there. I think he was trying to catch that with a glove, and no, he did not. Maybe the blocker. I think he did make a blocker save, but he did not get that with the glove. Mook Madulin tried to get it, couldn't. Forced back in by the Islanders into the corner. Mukmadulin has it, and now it's Wenberg. Wenberg, the spin back here as Wenberg gets it ahead. Wenberg carries it ahead into the zone. Shot blocked on the way through. And now it's Heineman along the wall. Emil Heineman. Around the boards it goes. It is Horvat. Or, pardon me, Barzell. D'Angelo waiting. D'Angelo fires. Save made. Pollock. Duclair behind the net. Duclair got it poked off his stick. And Sherwood clears it out to center ice. Pollock now shoots it back in from the blue line. Mukmadulin has it around the boards it goes. Can't clear it out of the zone. Duclair has it. Duclair in the circle. Shot blocked on the way through. Cizikas along the boards. Cizikas bounced off the side of the cage up in the air. It is loose. And Pollock tried to hold it and he couldn't. Schaefer has it to Pollock. Pollock ahead now. As they move it in, 4-on-3, Schaefer, drop pass, Duclair, the pass for Gatcomb didn't go. Here they come, the Sharks the other way. Smith, a stretch ahead here for Graf, save made, Sorokin. Colin Graf with the opportunity, a great pass there by Smith. But he couldn't put it home right there. It's a very good opportunity there for the San Jose Sharks. Of the mistake there on that 4-on-3 attempt there. On that rush for the Islanders. Big save by Sorokin on Colin Graf, pardon me. As that is right now the save of the game right there. That could have been real bad for the Islanders late here in the second period. Off the draw, Smith played it back to the point. Long shot by Klingberg wide of the net. And Ritchie can't clear it. Smith forced it into the corner. And then it is cleared out of the zone by D'Angelo. But then intercepted it at center ice. Celebrini carries it ahead. Orlov has it. Orlov fed it in behind the net. Palat gets there first in the corner. Celebrini using the body. Great pass. Smith. Backhander save. And the puck is still loose. Graf goes back. Klingberg, the long shot deflected. It is loose at the top of the crease. Graf was tied up. Smith forced it back to the point. Celebrini. Klingberg waiting. Delaying. Klingberg. In the circle, Ritchie, shot, save made! Celebrini with the opportunity. Smith, Celebrini trying to get it free, and Orlov tried to hold it in, and he couldn't. Great chances there for the San Jose Sharks to try to take the lead. Orlov carries it ahead. Orlov poked off his stick. No icing. Played by Askarov. The stretch ahead was checked away there. Going back is Klingberg into his own zone. Forced off by Holmstrom, who tried to get the puck in the corner. Eklund all battling for the puck in the near boards. Fed back Mayfield. Room with Susi, the shot. Knocked down Lee. Save made. Askarov at the side of the cage. 2:42 to go in the second period, and the tempo started to pick up there a little bit there offensively for both teams, as the Sharks are getting opportunities offensively there in the Islanders zone. Man, chances there for both teams. And great pass, and Smith got a little tied up on trying to handle that puck, or else maybe if he released that a little bit sooner and quicker, maybe he would have had a better chance in getting that the Sharks the lead. Off the draw, Susi fed it back for Mayfield at the point. Long shot deflected, out of play. 2:36 to go. Let's read our chat here. Clobert, hope I'm saying that right. Sharks need to win. Yes, they do. Sharks need to win here if they want to get 2 points in the standings and try to get in that playoff positioning. Obviously, they're around the cusp of a wild card position in the playoffs coming up soon. March is already March, so they got to really get it going here in this late stretch to try to secure a playoff spot. Misa tried to win the draw, and he did. And that's not cleared out yet. Down low, Lee, and a save. Tied up, Lee looking at center. Then it's moved ahead here as Eklund has it. Eklund moving in with some speed. Eklund, the shot! Save, rebound! Save made there. Man, oh man, an opportunity there for the Sharks. What a move there by Eklund, and he couldn't put it home. A big save there by Sorokin. Will this be an icing? Yes, it will be on the Islanders. 2:04 to go in the second period. Klober said, Macklin Celebrini is the best. Do you agree? He is the future of the National Hockey League, I think. If I'd probably say he isn't the best right now, but you know, his game right now is his second year in the National Hockey League. He has done pretty well, I would say, and he has been an all-star player. You can already consider him. He had a really good Olympics too. He has proven that he's the future of the National Hockey League, basically. He is one of those future all-stars. He's already an all-star right now, but imagine him in a couple of years. He has his prime is coming up right now. Hopefully in his career, he is looking like a very good player overall. And Klober said that's your favorite player. Yeah, I could understand. He's a very good player. 5th in points in the NHL right now. The overall in the National Hockey League. Colin Graff along the boards. Pulock plays that back here for Schaefer behind the net. Schaefer lost it. Mukmadulin behind the net. Now Smith looking to center. Bounced in front and a save made. Sorokin. With 1:33 to go in the second period. A 1-1 tie here. We'll go over the scores around the National Hockey League in the NHL right now, as there's games going on at the moment. As that will all be coming up on our intermission report. Coming up next after the last 133 passes here in the second period, pardon me. Off the draw, won by Schaefer, and then played around the boards. Now the zone just yet, held in by Smith. Sherwood tried to center. Backhander by Gaudette went wide. Mukmadulin lost it. Horvat has it. Around the boards, Pulock has it. Barzell dropped pass there for Pulock. Barzell was getting tied up. Wanted the penalty. He didn't get it. Askarov, only one power play for each of these teams in the hockey game. Mukmadulin and then Goodrow. Into the middle, Orlov, and now moved ahead here. The San Jose Sharks trying to take advantage of this. Gaudette along the boards. Gaudette flips it across as Goodrow has it along the boards. Pardon me, Wenberg. Wenberg tied up in the corner, bounced in front, and Schaefer has it now. 45 to go in the second period. Barzell trying to knock it down. Ferraro off the boards out to center. Deflected back in. 38 to go. Dumped back in. Ferraro goes back for the puck here for the San Jose Sharks with less than a minute to go here in the second period. Ferraro carries it ahead, flips it into the corner. And around the boards it goes. Not out of the zone just yet. Ritchie. And it is Duclair. Or pardon me, Shen dumping that one back in. Ferraro around the boards. And now it is moved ahead here by Desharnais. Pass couldn't connect. Pellick shoots it back in. Less than 8 to go. Ferraro slaps it around the boards off the glass. Down the length of the ice. Will it be an icing? No, it will not. Waved off at the last second. That'll do it for the second period. A 1-1 tie after 40. The goal by Celebrini early on in the second period has tied this game up. And we go to the third period. Tied at 1. As this is a tight one here in this one in San Jose. Let's read the chat here. I'll read the chat in just a moment. When we come back, we'll be reading the chat, our intermission report as well. We'll be back, everybody, in just a moment. Welcome you back, everybody, to our intermission report. The San Jose Sharks and the Islanders have a tie game at 1. And 1-1 tie here in San Jose. The shots are 19-17 in favor of the Sharks after the 40 minutes in total. And San Jose scored a tie early on, 33 seconds into the second period. Macklin Celebrini got the goal. Smith and Klingberg with the assist. A nice play here. This Celebrini pass trying to go cross ice, deflected. And then the battle against the boys, the touch pass, kind of triangle there. And Celebrini got the goal to tie the game at 1 right there. And the tie game at 1, both power plays have been not effective here. The shots are 11-9 in that second period in favor of the San Jose Sharks. The shots are 8-8 even in the first period. And these are all the stats after the second period, all updated right now. The hits 21-20. They picked it up physically a little bit here, the San Jose Sharks. Let's go read the chat right now. 130 on Islanders. I guess that's betting odds right there. Ben KFC Granny 5982. Who do you think is going to win this game? Said Blair. I think both teams are playing very well right now. But the Islanders, it is a tough decision right now, I'd say. San Jose has taken advantage of the mistakes that the Islanders had, but the Islanders have had a lot more possession than the San Jose Sharks had. I'd say the Islanders right now, in my opinion at least, to win the game. But we'll see. San Jose's been a shock all season, and I wouldn't be shocked if they pulled off a win here. How did McKinnon miss that open net in the Olympics? He's going to be rattled for life. Yeah, he will be. And then he took it out on Rope Hintz last night. Got him injured. Anyways, and then Colbert said, "Go Sharks." Let's go over the scores around the National Hockey League while we're at it right now. And let's see what the scores are right now. 3-1 Flames. So, wow. Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. Let's see. If Islanders lose, I can't pay rent. Jeez. Wow. Hopefully the Islanders win for you, bro. That's tough. Hurricanes down 3-1 to the Flames right now, as the Flames have just scored with 3 straight goals. Jarvis scored 44 seconds into the first period, made it 1-0 Carolina. Then 19 seconds into the second period, it is 1-1 Ryan Strome. Then Farabee 2-1. And then Morgan Frost on the power play has made it 3-1 Flames in Calgary at the Saddledome. In our game, 1-1. Senators up 4-2 over the Kraken. It was 4-1 at one point. Amadio made it 4-1, but then the Kraken responding just a minute ago in the playing time, and now even with 10 shots on goal, there's a 2-goal game in Seattle. These are the scores around the National Hockey League earlier on in the day. Went over these in the first intermission. The Jack Hughes with the hat trick in the Devils Rangers game. He is feeling it right now with the golden goal just a couple of weeks ago. Commentated that game here on the MHS Network. Man, and talk about the Buffalo Sabres with 6 straight victories with this one against the Nashville Predators. Let me ask the chat this: would it be wrong to consider Buffalo maybe a cup contender or a really good playoff team going into the playoffs in just less than a month from now? Because Buffalo all of a sudden has turned around their season. They look very dangerous. Do you think they're going to have a good playoffs? I want to hear that. Let's see. I love watching your commentary. Thank you so much, Globear. Jack Hughes looks funny with no teeth. Yeah, that is funny. He does. I wonder if he's ever going to fix his teeth or not. I don't think he's going to fix them. I really don't. I don't think he's going to fix them. Oh, man. Other games, 3-1 Bruins, 4-3 Flyers in the shootout, 5-2 Lightning over the Maple Leafs, 5-4 overtime winner. Blue Jackets scored 2 goals quickly to tie the game in the third period. And but then Cooley ended it in overtime of his 17th of the season. And the Utah Mammoths getting some points there. And 3-2 Jets on top over the Canucks in overtime. And the Canadians won 4-3 over the Kings. So those are the scores around the National Hockey League as of the moment. And in our intermission report. And our intermission right now, we still got 9 minutes. 4-on-4 in Calgary now. So let's preview some of the matchups for tomorrow while we're at it. Wild Avalanche. Ooh, that's going to be a very good matchup. That'll be on MHS2. Avalanche coming off a victory here against Dallas. They've just broken their 10-game win streak. They should be good against the Wild there. Wild trying to win to get inching closer to the Stars in second place position in the Central Division. Stars also play that day against the Blackhawks. Stars should probably win that, but we'll see. Obviously, you never know in the National Hockey League. Blackhawks can always shock you. Blackhawks have also won all the matchups against Dallas so far in the season, so Stars have struggled against them. So we'll see how that goes out in that one. Bruins Penguins. Penguins on the back-to-back. See how they are. Yeah, both teams on back-to-backs. That should be a good matchup. Bruins Penguins always a good matchup, obviously. Lightning Sabres, that's a good matchup there. That's a very important matchup in the Atlantic Division there. Red Wings also playing against the Devils. Yeah, a lot of back-to-back teams here. The Stars and the Blackhawks, I think, are the only ones. And then the Oilers, Golden Knights, that should be a good one, a late one there. And the Oilers losing a lot of games, and they're letting up a lot of goals. They let up 50 in the last 9 games against. It is not looking good for the Edmonton Oilers in goaltending and defensively right now. Blues, Ducks as well. That's going to be the Ducks on top of the Pacific Division right now. All 3 Pacific teams play tomorrow. And then the Red Wings, Devils. Red Wings desperately need a victory there. Trying to, it seems like a balancing act here in the divisions and the conferences, and the points obviously so important right now for those teams. Obviously in the Eastern Conference with playoff positioning, they really need the points that they can get right now. And that is going to be something to see here. And while we're at it, we'll go over the Tony DeAngelo goal once again. If you haven't tuned in with us here, it's just a simple shot from the blue line, as it was not even deflected or anything there. As we see the goal visualizer here, there's the best way we can show you the goals without getting copyrighted. And just got through traffic. That's all he did. And 11:37 into the first period. That was the goal. We'll show you the Celebrini goal again here. Nice shot. Nice pass by Smith in the corner. And with Klingberg. And tie game at 1. So, 33 seconds into the second period. So, we'll see. This should be an even third period. We'll see if we get overtime. Hopefully we do. Do you think the Sharks will make the playoffs? They have a really good chance in doing so. I think they will. I really think they will. We'll go over the standings again while we're at it. Because right now, San Jose's out of a playoff position, but if they win tonight and the Kraken lose their game tonight, where they're down 4-2 to the Ottawa Senators, it will be San Jose in that positioning. But they got to get some wins going here. All the points for these teams are so crucial. Nashville trying to sneak behind. Kings sneaking to Winnipeg. All of a sudden, won 3 in a row. St. Louis also trying to make a push here. They're way behind, but they're starting to make a push. We'll see. It seems like it's going to come up with these couple of teams. Utah just trying to move ahead here. They're not going to get to Minnesota type of points here, so they're going to have to hold on to that first wild card spot or even the second wild card spot, because that is a battle. But I think the San Jose Sharks should make it. If they don't, it's barely by a whisker. It'd be interesting if they make the playoffs. Obviously, we want to see Celebrini in the playoffs, see how that works. A lot of young talent in that team trying to get playoff experience. Obviously, the San Jose Sharks, they could really use it if they do make the playoffs. But they have to fix some part of their game, and they got to get points, because right now they need it. Do you think the Vancouver Canucks are going to ever win the Stanley Cup? Right now, they're not. It looks bad. Vancouver, no. Hopefully for them and their fan base, maybe. But, they look brutal. Yeah. And especially with trading Quinn Hughes and just basically selling right now, it's going to be a long time for them to even be considered contenders, if they can get to that position once again. Because, they look brutal right now in the standings, and in the season that has not been good, and all that is just, not been good for them. I'll tell you that right now. And, that's probably, I'm from Vancouver. Yep, The Canucks, they're not right now. They're not even close to being considered contenders. They're sellers right now, and they're probably going to go to a rebuild. And that is just We'll see what happens here in the third period. Shots are even at 18. Sharks, Islanders. This should be a tight third period. I think we're going to see a lot of what happened in the second period. Just keeping it to the outside, maybe, for both of these teams. Just trying to just keep it defensively, keep the forechecking going, and just trying to not make that mistake, that crucial mistake that could change the complexion of the game here. So we will be back as our intermission report comes to an end here. When we come back, the third period coming up next here on the NHL and MHS. Don't go anywhere. A 1-1 tie between the Sharks and the Islanders. Welcome you back, everybody. A 1-1 tie here against the Islanders and the San Jose Sharks. These two teams facing off against each other. And a very good game. Tight one, obviously, between these two. And a 1-1 tie between the two. And Celebrini, the goal that tied it in the second period early on, 33 seconds in. And the other goal was by Tony DeAngelo, who started the scoring for the Islanders in the first period. This one has a very tight aspect to this game. Yes, it just seems like it's suffocating right now. These two teams, they just don't let anything up, and the third period is going to be a pleasure to watch because this should be exactly what we see in the second period, or we could see the complete opposite and the offense gets going here. We'll see. 1-1 time. It's a tight hockey game, and the stakes are really high right now with the San Jose Sharks desperately needing the points. Islanders trying to hop over the Pittsburgh Penguins with a win. We'll see. As this third period is very important for both of these teams, and we'll see how this continues on. Their key players have to play here. Both of the players on both of their teams. Smith, Celebrating already had a goal, but you got to keep it going, and the top players Schaefer and Barzal, Horvat, and the Islanders need to get going as well. I mean, they're already getting going in some aspects, but third period, someone wants to be the hero here, and the points are on the table, and you want to get a regulation win or an overtime when you don't care how you get the points. You just get the points. You need points. Got to get them. That's San Jose's mentality right now. Islanders, also desperately needing points as well. Both of these teams need points. Pajot and Celebrini, the stakes are high right now. We're in the third period. We're underway. Around the boards it goes. Klingberg reversed that back here. Orlov slaps it around the boards. And poked into the middle. Here's Holmstrom and a save made. Holmstrom trying to get it back. Will Smith. And there's a whistle here as the mask of Askarov comes off in 19 seconds into the third period. And so we get a delay here. Got some conflict in the chat. Christine Moskal said, I hope the Islanders win. And Claver says, I don't. That seems like a simple shot here, and I think it just ripped off the mask. You got the buckle that holds the mask there in his head unloosened there, and that's why he shaked his mask off. Then look at the referee for a second and just like, all right, that took a little bit there too to get the whistle. In our poll, 31 votes, 61% of them Sharks to win this game, and the Islanders with 39% of the votes. Shots are 19-18 in favor of the New York Islanders, and still having a delay here with Askarov getting his equipment all back to normal, and so the faceoff will stay inside the San Jose zone. Third period. Welcome you in, everybody. If you're just tuning in with us, 1-1 time. Off the draw, Schaefer, shot, save, rebound loose, Lee, save, rebound, stopped by Askarov. At the side of the cage, the Islanders just continue to whack at the puck there. And Askarov saving all the 3 chances that they put on him right there at the side of the cage. And Islanders just trying to chip away here. 27 seconds into the third period. Another face-off win here for the Islanders in their offensive zone. Barzal has it. Fed it down low behind the net. Here's D'Angelo feeding that back. Barzal. D'Angelo, the shot blocked on the way through. Mukmadulin off the glass. Can't clear it. Pelech will get it out, and then it's Wenberg. And then Sherwood tried to steal it away from Horvat. Could not. Barzal off the skate to stick to Horvat, who lost it. Barzal back in. Barzal to Horvat along the boards. Deflected back. D'Angelo the long shot. Pass it instead to Barzal. Barzal slows it up. Barzal the shot over the net. And then it's covered up there by Askarov. At the side of the net right there. A minute and 10 seconds into the third period. So far the Islanders controlling the play in the third period offensively. The Sharks I don't think they've had any possession here in the third period so far, as the Islanders just continue to throw it towards Askarov and try to get that go-ahead goal. The Islanders have already gotten 4 shots already in this third period. Shot by Ritchie, blocked on the way through off another face-off win by the Islanders in the Sharks zone. Graf trying to get through. No icing as it's waved off. Pulock lost it. Celebrini in the corner. Macklin Celebrini left it there for Smith. Will Smith has it. Celebrini's in the middle. Celebrini was tied up. Shot by Klingberg wide of the net as it goes to Smith in the corner. Pullock now. Celebrini trying to fish it free. Here's Graf at the side of the cage. Poke check there by Sorokin. Smith, now Celebrini looks to center. Celebrini has it once and again. Behind the net, Smith into the corner. Klingberg. Celebrini in the circle. Smith. Klingberg fires! Save! Rebound Celebrini! Penalty upcoming! And it's going against the Sharks. Ritchie will dump it back in, and the Sharks will take a crucial penalty here as the Islanders will go back to the power play. Let's see what the call is.
San Jose 51, 2-minute minor penalty, high stick.
What I like.
So Graf goes to the penalty box as he high sticks Schaefer. It will not be a 4-minute power play. There was no blood, but it will be a man advantage here. An opportunity to take the lead for the New York Islanders. And a big penalty kill for the San Jose Sharks so they can get it cleared out immediately off the draw by San Jose in their own zone. 22-19, the shots favoring the Islanders, and they get the power play here, the second opportunity of the game. They're 0 for 1. They have the worst power play in the National Hockey League entering this game. Barzal will carry it ahead. Back in onside into the middle. The drop pass along the boards. Fed back here for Schaefer. Schaefer at the blue line. Fed it back. Schaefer once again. Schaefer. Ritchie down low. Barzal. Barzal fed it back for Ritchie. Barzal once again. Tried to get it to Shen and he didn't go. Horvat back for Schaefer once again. Barzal in the circle. Barzal has it. Down low is Ritchie in the goal line. They switch positions. Barzal has it. Back for Ritchie once again. Barzal once again in the circle. Played it back for Schaefer in the middle. Schaefer waits. Barzal give and go with Schaefer. Schaefer's shot blocked in the way through by a stop check. Held in, but then the Sharks would look to go short-handed here. Mario Ferraro will dump it back in. Schaefer has it in the corner in his own zone. As they get line changes here on this power play unit. He's still out here. He's trying to get a change. The drop pass here for Holmstrom. With less than a minute to go on the power play. Around the boards it goes. Dickinson tried to get it around. Heineman knocked it down. And then it's Palat along the half boards. Got it to Holmstrom. Holmstrom back for Palat. D'Angelo has it. D'Angelo waiting. Palat with some room. Palat the shot! Wide of the net as it hit the glass. And now is moved ahead here by Wenberg, short-handed. He'll dump it back in. Bounced on Sorokin and he made the save. And the power play's over for the Islanders. They're 0 for 2 and the San Jose Sharks get a huge penalty kill there. Cizikas dumps it back in. Smith, not a Klingberg. Smith has it in his own zone. Will Smith will carry it ahead and then try to stretch pass there for Celebrini. It didn't connect. No deflection. Icing on the play. 4.5 minutes into the third period. We might have coverage tomorrow here on the main network with the Hockey Day in America. There's a lot of good matchups tomorrow. Golden Knights, Oilers, Minnesota Wild, and the Colorado Avalanche. Stars, Blackhawks. A lot of matchups tomorrow. Bruins, Penguins. A lot of matchups tomorrow. We might cover one of those games tomorrow night or morning. Will depend. Off the draw. Won by the Islanders, Pelech. And then into the corner it goes, Klingberg. And now it's Celebrini off the boards. It will be another icing here on the San Jose Sharks. 1-1 time here in San Jose. And you got to know when the time is ticking here later on in this game. When we get to those last, later half of the game, you got to know it is going to get more tense. Where are you from? Texas. Celebrini off the draw, and Klingberg try to steal it away. Can't get it out of the zone. Barzell along the boards. Klingberg into the middle. Bounced in front in the high slot. Horvat trying to get it free shot. Heineman save. Rebound. Horvat. What a save, Askarov. Horvat was parked in front. He had a whack or two at it, and he was denied by Askarov. Man, oh man, Klingberg had trouble clearing the puck. It led to the turnover along the wall. The board battle win. Klingberg had another chance to clear it. He did not. Multiple mistakes there by Klingberg, and Horvat almost gave the Islanders a 2-1 lead. Horvat trying to win the draw. Comes free for Barzell in the corner. Barzell behind the net on the backhand. Barzell the shot at the side of the cage. Try to cover it up with Askarov, and he does. As he lunged for it before, I believe Barzell got to the loose puck. But the Islanders throwing shots and shots and shots on goal right now on Yaroslav Askarov. It's a fun name to say. 1-1 tie, 24-19. The shots favoring the Islanders here in the game. And Shen in the faceoff dot against, I believe, Michael Misa. No, instead it's going to be Eklund. He gets kicked out of the faceoff dot. Shen try to win the draw. Eklund instead does. And then now moved ahead here by Misa. Michael Misa back into the zone. Misa dumps it into the corner. Behind the net, Eklund. Eklund back up top for Mook Madulin at the point. Eklund forced it into the corner. And then Palat in the corner. Lost it. There's almost a turnover there. Misa tried to center. And then it's forced out to center ice. Mook Madulin plays that back. Ferraro deflected it back in. No icing. And off the boards, it is cleared out to center. It will be an icing down the length of the ice on the Islanders. 14:10 to go in the third period. Crucial in the Eastern Conference. As the Islanders have 75 points. They got 19 games remaining. They have 75 points. The Penguins with 76 points with 20 games remaining. And if the Islanders win it, they'll hop ahead of the Pittsburgh Penguins in the standings right now in their division. Off the draw, one here. Smith, the shot and the save made. Behind the net, Celebrini tried the center. In the corner, Desharnais, Vincent Desharnais gets taken down in the corner. Battling for the puck. Oh, Celebrini gets hit there. Man, Smith, the shot, blocked. Celebrini falls down once again. And Pajot, well, he got hooked a little bit there. They didn't call it. Will Smith couldn't get the pass, and it's going to be an icing. Or else it would have been a good rush there for the San Jose Sharks. They had some room as the Islanders were changing, but the pass did not connect there for Will Smith. 13:42 to go in the third period. A 1-1 tie still. We've had this tie since early on in the second period. Tony DeAngelo saying something from the across the bench here. I don't know if he's saying it to the referee or the linesman or one of the San Jose players. But regardless, he's doing that. 25-20, the shots favoring the Islanders. Off the draw, one again by Pajot. From the blue line, the shot knocked down, and it rolled just wide of the net. Holmstrom lost it. It is cleared out to center ice. Pulock. And now it is Schaefer. Matthew Schaefer with the puck. Schaefer plays that back here for Ryan Pulock, who will shoot it back in from center. Around the boards it goes to the opposite side. John Gabriel Pajot lost it at the side of the cage. Holmstrom, Lee behind the net. Anders Lee. Holmstrom behind the net. Holmstrom waiting. Fed it back. Shot by Soucy, blocked on the way through. And then it is Dickinson. Ahead now for Smith. Smith, that pass for Wenberg was way out of the reach. Another icing as this passing is not connecting here for the San Jose Sharks, and they keep icing the puck here. And the Islanders just trying to take advantage of the mistakes that the San Jose Sharks are making right now. because they're making a little bit of mistakes, and the Islanders keep chipping away at the front of the net. 12:56 to go in the third period. 1-1 tie, Islanders and the San Jose Sharks. Wenberg and Horvat in the face-off dot. Wenberg trying to win the tie-up. Comes free. Dickinson fell down. Heineman all tied up in the pile in the corner, and then it's flipped out to center ice. Mayfield, so the Sharks get the change. Oh, what a hit along the boards there. 12:42 to go. There's a whistle. And are they going to call a penalty for too many men, maybe? I don't think they are. They just blew the whistle. We'll be back. 12:42 to go. A 1-1 tie in San Jose. Back, everybody, and a 1-1 tie at the Saturday Night Hockey. 12:42 to go in the third period. Through 60 games last season, the Sharks had 15 wins and 39 points at the same part. This season, they have 30 wins. They've doubled in their wins, and they have 65 points. So an improvement from last year, but they are really close. In their last 30 games, and really close to trying to make the playoffs here. And see if they can do so, because they need that push here in the late stages of the third period. 12:42 to go. Face-off won at center by the Islanders. Once again, they've been pretty good in that face-off dot throughout the whole night, especially here in the third period. It comes into the middle as it's held in by Duclair. Duclair, the shot, blocked away there by Askarov. Rebound, Mayfield, and the save made. Rebound, oh, what a save, Askarov. Center, Duclair could not get a stick on it. Bounce back. As it's on the backhand now, and it deflected back in by Gatcomb. Behind the net now, Cizikas. Pressure from behind. Cizikas behind the net. Cizikas left it for Duclair. They're circling it well here, the Islanders. Soucy across. Mayfield waiting. Pass did not connect. And Reeves trying to clear it out of the zone, and he does. Then sent down a lane to the ice so they can get a change without it being icing. And Soucy has it, the puck. Carson Soucy left it, Mayfield. Mayfield will carry it ahead. Flipped it back in from center. Knocked down Ferraro. Lost it along the boards. Barzell. Heineman plays that back. Across for Pelech. Pelech the long shot. Blocked on the way through as Sherwood will flip it out to center ice. Race for the puck here. Gaudette trying to get there. Poked it ahead. Sorokin who reversed that back. Mayfield. Horvat lost it off a skate. Mukmadulin. Gaudette forced back, and it's forced back into the Shark zone once again. Ferraro gets it out to center ice. Horvat back in. Bo Horvat, nice move. Horvat along the wall, gets shoved from behind, and Sherwood in a 3-on-2. He leads the rush. Sherwood to Gaudette. Gaudette trying to go back for Sherwood. They defended that really well. Pelech was a very good job there defending that rush for the Sharks. It was a 3-on-2. Bad change here for the Islanders. Here's Celebrini. Celebrini waiting. Klingberg fires. Blocked. Rebound. Sherwood wide. Here comes Holmstrom the other way. It's opening up here in the third period. Holmstrom waiting. Holmstrom looking. Along the wall. He circles back. He leaves it on the drop pass here for Pulock. Forced into the corner. Klingberg. Klingberg trying to clear it. Again, Pajot intercepted. Back for Schaefer once again. Holmstrom waiting. Shot. Save. Rebound. Save made Askarov. 10-14 to go in the third. As they continued to whack at the puck there, it was Simon Holmstrom in front of the net. Oh, what a chance. Askarov with a marvelous save there on Gatcomb. And then this chance here by Sherwood just chopped wide of the net. Man, oh man, with 10-14 to go in the third period, they've had chances, both of these teams, but none of them have gone to the back of the net. One time. Off the draw. One here. Schaefer at the blue line held it in. In the corner. Ritchie has it. Ritchie forced from behind there by Sam Dickinson. Now it is cleared out of the zone by Toffoli. Pulock deflected into the San Jose bench with 9:58 to go in the third period. Faceoff will be outside of the Sharks' blue line, right in front of their bench. Welcome you in and just tuned in with us. A 1-1 tie. We'll be back. You back, everybody, with 9:58 to go in the third period. The shots in the third period in favor of the Islanders, 11-2. Goals in the game, Tony DeAngelo with his 5th of the season in the first period. Macklin Celebrini, 33 seconds into the second period with his 32nd goal of the season. He has 89 points in the season now. Just 1 away from 90 and 11 away from 100 in just his second season in the National Hockey League. But the San Jose Sharks got to get the offense going right now in the third period. They're getting outshot by a lot. Islanders with 11 shots here in the third period. They have played a very good offensive period in response to that good San Jose period in the second period. Shot back in here by Desharnais. Mayfield tried to get it behind the net. Now wraparound attempt was blocked on the way through. It was Gaudette with the opportunity. Gaudette along the boards, lost it. Mayfield trying to clear it. Held in the zone for just a moment. Forced in deeper by Ostapchuk. And up in the air, it hit the netting. 9:33 to go. Faceoff will stay inside the Islanders zone with 9:33 to go in the third period. Shots are 29-20 in total in the game. Here we welcome you back in if you're just joining us, NHL and MHS. Glad to have you with us here. I'm Max. Glad you can listen in to this game where it has been tight. 1-1. Not much given up here between these two teams. And much at stake here in the playoff positioning as we enter a month or so away from the playoffs. Pelech behind the net as the Islanders won the faceoff, pressured from behind. As Barzal is forced back here, and Pelech has the puck on the backhand, try to move it ahead. Stolen away there along the wall. Graf trying to get it from the pile along the boards. Graf is tied up there. Smith tried to get it in the corner. It is cleared out of the zone. Celebrini whacked at it. It deflected into the bench again with 9:08 to go in the third period, and out of play once again. The SAP Center mostly full here on a Saturday night, as they are hoping they see playoff hockey again for the first time since 2019. And they see the retired numbers in the building. Marlowe just got retired just recently, I think. Patrick Marlowe, and then Joe Thornton's down there too. It's crazy if you're just a regular fan and you didn't know that Joe Thornton was actually a Boston Bruin, or drafted by the Boston Bruins. Here's Smith back in. You probably think, oh, he was always on the Sharks. No, he was not. He was a Boston Bruin at one point. He was drafted by the Bruins. Here's Graf the other way. Graf looking. Graf tried to center. It went off the side of the cage. Schaefer. And then it's cleared out the center. Will Smith steals it. And here's Graf 3-on-2. Graf into the middle. Celebrini. Nice move. Graf. Backhand save made. Give and go with Celebrini. And an incredible opportunity there. Here come the Islanders looking to respond here. Barzal in, shot, save made, Askarov. Orlov has it. Around the boards. Not out of the zone, it's held in by Pelech. Anders Lee gets it in the corner. Lee has it. Lee, and it's forced back to the point. Tony DeAngelo. DeAngelo spins away and along the boards. DeAngelo has it, high slot, and DeAngelo's shot, save made, rebound there, shot, covered up. And then it poked free with 7:57 to go, but the whistle was already blown. Chance here, Celebrini and Graf. I think Sorokin might have gotten a stick on it before Graf could get the shot away. But man, oh man, what an opportunity. And then Barzal had this chance on the rush. Big save there by Askarov, who has been big here in the third period so far with these Islanders' chances. And then Tony DeAngelo threw his screen again. I don't think he knew where that was at the last second, and then Askarov covered it up. 7:57 to go in the third period. Pajot will get kicked out of the faceoff dot, I think. It's going to be Lee now against Misa in the faceoff dot in the San Jose zone. A big faceoff here. Won by Lee. Pelech, the long shot. Save made. And then it's Misa the other way. Michael Misa, skate to stick. Back in on side. Misa give and go along the boards of Eklund. Eklund gets him in the corner. Around it goes to the opposite side. Misa tied up with Pelech. To the other side it goes. It's held in by Ferraro. No, he could not get there. Mukmadulin. And then it's deflected back in. Tried to Toffoli. Tried to force it back in, and he couldn't. It was blocked away. Toffoli ahead now on side. Misa. Eklund waiting. Shot. Save made off the pad. Rebound. Save made. Toffoli was there in front, and he tried to get a whack at it. And it did not go. Big save there by Sorokin. Fed back to the point. Held in by Dickinson. Desharnais waiting. Desharnais shot. Deflected. Save. Sorokin. And then ahead now. Shen. Pass it ahead here for Ritchie. Palat trying to feed it for Shen. Could not go. Here come the Sharks the other way. Sherwood back in. Sherwood slows it down. Sherwood will rim it all the way around to the opposite side for Gaudette. 6:40 to go in the third period. Sherwood. And that one bounced into the middle. Wenberg tried to hold it in and he couldn't. He has it at center ice. Wenberg. And deflected back in here by Gaudette. Played by Sorokin. Schaefer off the glass out to center ice. Whacked that. Cleared out to center. Back in is Sherwood once again. The drop pass here for Wenberg. Along the boards, Wenberg on the backhand. Circles behind the net. Left it to the point. The long shot. Save made. Sorokin with 6:09 to go. Sharks starting to get some offense going here in the third period. With 6:09 to go in the third. As man, oh man. They opened up there with some chances on the rush here for both of these teams. Or mostly for the Sharks, actually. Sherwood was out there the whole entire shift when that happened. 6:09 to go in the third. It is Horvat and Celebrini out there on the face-off dot. Off the draw, both top lines out here. D'Angelo will move it ahead here for Heineman. Heineman left it. Barzal had some trouble. Celebrini picked up the stick as it fell down. Intercept here as Horvat carries it back in. Flipped into the corner. Orlov gets there first. Klingberg now will clear it down the length of the ice for an icing here on the San Jose Sharks. 5:47 to go. Third period. And Celebrini back on the bench here as he fixes his helmet. Something must have happened. I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, the hit there by Barzal. That's why he lost his stick. Ugh, near the head, a little bit the shoulder. And that's why he went straight to the bench. That's not a good sign. But he seems to be fine. He's probably just shaking it off. Not a big hit, but still. One that can stun you. Off the face-off one here. Orlov trying to get it now. Misa. Misa will carry it ahead. Misa moves it through center. Now gets crunched along the boards. And here's Pelech the other way. Pelech as the Sharks are going for a line change. Forced out to center ice. Pajot. Played back here. Soucy. Flipped it up in the air. And now poked ahead. Lee has a man open. Lee tries to go across the ice and it didn't go. Wenberg now at the puck. Here's Eklund. Eklund shoots it back into the corner. Soucy trying to get there first. Tied up with Eklund from behind. Behind the net. Trying to bank it in. They could not. Oh, man. Toffoli got taken down. The referees do not call a penalty on that. The fans wanted a penalty. They don't get it. Wow. They're not going to call anything late here in regulation, it seems like. They're going to let the boys play here. Carson Soucy. Then deflected back in. Cizikas was trying to receive the pass. It was blocked away. And then Schaefer has it behind the net. With the final 5 minutes of the third period here. Shots are 30-25 in favor of the Islanders. Pulock. Now it's Schaefer. Ahead now. As it's dumped back in here by Barzal. Dickinson turned it over to Barzal for just a moment. Barzal has the puck now. Fed it back to the point. Schaefer with some room. Schaefer waiting. Pass that back for Pulock at the blue line. Pulock to Barzal. Schaefer at the blue line held it in. Along the board, shot deflected into the corner. Barzal has it. Barzal spins back at the point. Long shot. Save made. Wenberg has it. Wenberg pressured off the puck. Then turned right back over to the Sharks, and Dickinson has the puck. Less than 4 minutes to go in the third period. A 1-1 tie as the shots are 31-25. What is happening at center ice? Near the benches here as everyone gets together. Sherwood and Gaudette, everyone's getting together now. What is happening? Horvat, everyone's just tied up now. I don't know what occurred there, but the crowd immediately recognized it. And everyone in a scuffle with 3:45 to go in the third period. Late in here in regulation, Sherwood gets dragged away from the pile here by one of the referees or linesmen. See if there's any penalties out of this. And I think there is. Oh, wow. Sherwood's going to the box. Oh, wow. We'll see. And then an argument here between Eklund and Barzal. Oh, wow. We'll see what happens. I'm wondering what the penalties are. We'll figure it out in just a moment here. As with 3:45 to go in the third period, we will be right back and figure out the penalties. Welcome you back, everybody. And so, this is what happened. Barzell and Sherwood I think Sherwood gave him a little bit of a bump, and then that's why Barzell got annoyed and started, little cross-checks at him. And that's how it kind of started. Sherwood just gave him a bump, and Barzell did not like it. And so, that's what started everyone getting together now. Barzell was talking at I believe, Eklund. Oh, and he moved his stick, too. Ooh. And Sherwood, I think, is the only one in the penalty. No, he's not. He's arguing with one of them. I think it's Barzell in the penalty box as well. And off the face-off, we won here. I'm not sure, actually. Power play, actually, for the Islanders. Wow. Islanders with the man advantage here, and a big opportunity late in regulation. A turnover here, shorthanded. Goodrow tries to man open, and it didn't go. The stop check was trying to get the pass. So an Islanders power play, their third of the night, and they're trying to win it here late in regulation. Here's Holmstrom carrying ahead through center ice. Holmstrom made a nice move to enter the zone, but then they say it was offside at the line with 3:12 to go. 1:27 to go in the power play, actually. And Holmstrom goes to the bench as the first power play unit is out of there. Or pardon me, the second power play unit, actually. Holmstrom actually argues they're looking at the play now. And now, they thought it was not even close to being offside. They're arguing that from the bench doesn't matter. They're going to drop the puck anyways outside the Sharks' blue line. Here is Schaefer. Schaefer with the puck. Dropped off here. And here is Barzell. Matt Barzell carries it ahead. Drop pass here for Schaefer. Horvat has it. Barzell along the wall. In the circle with less than 3 minutes to go in the third period. Schaefer back for Barzell once again in the circle. Barzell waiting. Barzell down low. Ritchie has it. Ritchie looking. Shot! Save made Askarov. And Desharnais around the boards. It is cleared down the length of the ice. With 50 seconds to go on the power play for the Islanders. 2.5 to go in the third period. Schaefer now has the puck. The drop pass for Barzell. Matt Barzell carries it ahead. Horvat disrupted there and is cleared out of the zone by Goodrow. Schaefer. And then Shen. Deflected back into the corner. 25 to go on the power play for the Islanders here. Is tied up along the boards. In that pile, Goodrow tried to clear it, and it will clear it out the zone as Shen could not hold it in. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Schaefer will just hold back here as he wants to get the line change going. They're just going to kill off the remainder of this power play that they have and get new bodies on the ice. Power play over for the Islanders. On the outside, Pajot tried to move it ahead, and Graff will move it instead. Graff the other way, looking to counter. Colin Graff waiting. Shot! Side of the cage. Sorokin. Penalty upcoming. It's going against the Islanders, I think. Sharks. No. A slashing call. And it is going to be against the Islanders. With 1:28 to go, the Sharks to the power play. Oh, boy.
2 minutes, holding.
Holding call. As the Islanders take the penalty, Adam Pelech. And so the Sharks have a chance to take the lead late here in regulation on the power play. I just bet my grandma's life savings. Come on, New York Islanders. Oh, my. Wow. .128 to go in the third period. Power play for San Jose. 1-1 tie. 32-26 the shots favoring the Islanders, but Pelech to the penalty box for holding. And a chance here to win the game for the San Jose Sharks here in regulation. If they don't score in the 1:28 of the third period, they'll have a power play still going in overtime if we do get to that point. But they're trying to just win it here in regulation. Wenberg. Askarov right there on the bench, getting something sorted out there. And he'll go back to his crease. Crucial moment here. Crucial. Wenberg and Pajot in the face-off dot. Power play for the Sharks. Late in regulation. Man, oh man. Off the draw, won by the Islanders. Schaefer turned it over to Foley. Back up top, Celebrini the shot! Blocked on the way through. It is forced out to center ice. Less than 80 to go in the third period. It is dropped off here by Orlov. Celebrini will carry it ahead. The pass for Smith didn't go. To Foley, back for Smith. Shot back in by Will Smith. A minute left to go in the third period. Schaefer off the glass. And then they could not hold it in. Will Smith. Less than a minute to go. Orlov has the puck now. Dmitry Orlov passes that back into his own zone as Will Smith has the puck. The drop pass here for Celebrini. Macklin Celebrini back in. Pass it to Smith. Save made. Sorokin as they went out of play. Oh, that was a very good opportunity there for Will Smith. Went off the glove of Sorokin and deflected out of play. Oh, man, what a chance. Will Smith has had chances here in the game, and he has not been able to put one in. Oh, man, Sorokin made a save on that. Faceoff will be in the Islanders zone, and do we see a timeout being called or not? We'll see. 1:11 to go on the power play with 39.4 to go in the third period, and it will be a timeout here for San Jose. See if they can get this done here in regulation. As the Sharks take the timeout. Wow. This is going to be a very good finish to this one. Power play still for the Sharks with 1:11 on it. They don't win it here in the next 39.4. We go to overtime with some Sharks power play time. See if they can get it done there. Schaefer, Polak, Holmstrom, and Pajot, the penalty killers. And you got to think that's why they took the timeout here to keep the Sharks. Or pardon me, the Sharks took their timeout to keep their top players on the ice with Celebrini, Will Smith, Graff, and all of them. Wenberg trying to win the draw. Will Smith plays that back. Orlov back for Smith once again. Smith down low. Toffoli tried the center. Blocked away. Smith once again in the circle. Shot deflected wide of the net. Celebrini in the corner. Played that back. Orlov the shot. Save made. And cleared down the length of the ice. Played by Askarov. 15 to go. Here comes Celebrini. Pass that to Wenberg. Smith tried to knock him down. Orlov the shot blocked on the way through. What a diving play. 5 seconds to go. One last rush. Celebrini back in. Played it into the middle, got through. We are going to overtime. With 32 seconds remaining on the power play for the Sharks, they took a late shot at the end, and everyone gets together now. Toffoli, Celebrini, and Mayfield now. Celebrini's helmet's off now. Will they drop the gloves? Toffoli. Oh, man, everyone got together there. Well, that'll end regulation. We got overtime here in this one. As, man, oh, man. Ooh, this should be good. This should be good. Very, very good. We'll see how this one goes because, man, oh, man, has this been a game that has been tight. And an overtime is going to be needed to end this one. As we will be right back in just a moment. And we will have overtime coming up next here on the NHL on MHS. Welcome you back, everybody. Overtime. The 2 goals. Tony DeAngelo scored in the first period, and then Celebrini tied it. The Islanders, in overtime, are 8-0. Man, oh man. 4-5 in shootouts. San Jose 10-4. And 2-1 in shootouts. So both of these teams have a very good winning record, but the Islanders have not lost a single overtime that they have played this season. They're not that good in the shootout, but in overtimes they have been dominant. Power play with more than 30 seconds on it for the Sharks here in overtime, so a 4-on-3. Wenberg, Eklund, Smith, and Celebrini out here. Schaefer, Pajot, and Pulock out here for the Islanders. So Celebrini gets it now. Trying to end it here in overtime, 4-on-3 power play. Macklin, Celebrini, Smith, a one-timer and a save made! Sorokin, Smith held it in. Smith had a chance. It bounced on his stick. 17 to go on the power play. Smith has it. Played back for Celebrini. Celebrini passed it. Shot! Blocked on the way through. Eklund with the opportunity. Celebrini waits. Celebrini to Smith in the circle. Smith waiting. Cross ice. That didn't go. Nice stick there by Schaefer. Celebrini. Smith with some room. Passed it cross ice out of the reach of Eklund. Eklund waiting. 4-on-4. The power play's over now. For the San Jose Sharks, they cannot take advantage of it. Both teams cannot take advantage of a late power play late in regulation. Celebrini back in. Celebrini looking to end it, and he tries to center it. Eklund now. 4-on-4 to the next whistle. Then it'll be back to 3-on-3. Orlov plays that back. Eklund. Fresh skaters now for the Sharks and for the Islanders. Klingberg dropped it. Orlov along the wall. Shot, save made as his pad stopped there. Sorokin. Sherwood has it. Sherwood drops it off here for Misa. Misa looking for the game winner. Misa holding on to it. Plays that back. One-timer save made from the blue line. Orlov has it. Plays that back for Klingberg. Klingberg. Sherwood holding on to it at the point. Plays it. All the possession here for the Sharks. Orlov has the puck. Dmitry Orlov forced out the center ice. Sherwood now will carry it ahead. Sherwood waiting. Pressured there up top by Barzell. Barzell forces him back out to center ice. Dickinson has the puck. He'll wait up for reinforcements. Dickinson phantom the pass. Almost. A bad mistake there. Misa for Dickinson. Dickinson carries it ahead. Sam Dickinson holds onto it. Center for Misa. Misa waiting. Misa behind the net. Wrap around. Blocked on the way through by DeAngelo. Over the top of the net it went. And now Barzell will pick up the puck now, and the Islanders have possession now. 2:45 to go in overtime. Matt Barzell ahead now for DeAngelo. Forced back out to center. Schaefer back out there again. DeAngelo has the puck now. Drops it off for Holmstrom. Holmstrom forced back behind the net in his own zone with 2.5 to go here in overtime. Holmstrom ahead now off the skate. Left there for Schaefer. Schaefer on the outside. Schaefer holding on to it in the corner, pressured by Celebrini. Schaefer with some room. Schaefer for the game winner. Poked away. Shot save made. Horvat with the opportunity. Now the Sharks with the puck now. Dickinson. And now it is Smith the other way. Will Smith to Celebrini. Celebrini holding on to it along the wall. Celebrini cross the ice. Klingberg holding on to it. Centering pass for Orlov didn't go. Smith with the puck now. Left at Celebrini, high slot shot, glove save Sorokin with 1:49 to go in the overtime. Back to 3-on-3 now. Oh boy, the Sharks had some opportunities to end it. Will Smith and Sorokin looked back on that one on the power play. Then this chance, a nice block there by Schaefer. Man, oh man. Then Misa with this chance to wrap around. Tony DeAngelo saved a goal that was going in. Or Sorokin would have gotten there, actually. Man, oh man, have there's been some good opportunities. Schaefer, nice poke checked here by Askarov. And then Horvat on the rebound, couldn't bury it. A little bit of a trouble here with the mask. And they're repairing the mask of Askarov, I believe. So they got a new mask now, because that mask has been kind of bad here in the third period. So they now give Askarov a new mask here. They repaired it, because it came off, and that's why he fell. Oh, the collision there, actually, with Holmstrom. They didn't call a penalty on that. Interesting. Yeah, but he was kind of moving towards Holmstrom anyways. Off the face-off, Eklund has the puck. William Eklund drops it off. Orlov couldn't get the shot away as he was tied up there by Barzal. Orlov steals it away. Orlov fed it for Wenberg in the corner. Wenberg pressure from behind. Tony DeAngelo pressuring him. Forced back out to center ice. Eklund has the puck now. Eklund will carry it ahead, 3-on-3. Eklund waiting, spins back. Will go back out to center ice. Celebrini's back out there once again. Celebrini to Eklund. Collided there behind the play with Celebrini. Eklund was Barzal. Eklund forced off from behind, but trying to get it back is Dickinson. Forced off there, and then he lost his stick, and Barzal picks up the puck with a minute left to go here in overtime. DeAngelo, drop pass here for Barzal. Barzal will carry it ahead, then drops it off here for Horvat. Horvat spins back into his own zone. Horvat, and then now it is Schaefer. Schaefer ahead now for Horvat on a breakaway to end it. He scores! Bo Horvat in overtime has won it. 2-1. The Islanders win it. In the final minute of overtime, Bo Horvat gets to the defense and scores the game winner as Schaefer got the pass towards him. Got him springing with some speed, goes 5-0 on Askarov, and the game-winning goal in overtime goes to Bo Horvat, and the New York Islanders now pick up 2 big points. They're now ahead of the Pittsburgh Penguins in the standings, now in second in the division. And a beautiful goal for Bo Horvat to cap off the victory here by the Islanders on the road. A perfect 9-0 in overtime this season. Man, oh man, what a goal. Bo Horvat, the game winner in overtime. 5-0 to end it here in San Jose. What a game we had here. Man, oh man. A beautiful move and a great finish to it. Great game and a great overtime to watch too. And for the San Jose Sharks, a brutal one there. Man, oh man. What a game we had here in San Jose. So that'll do it for us here on the NHL and MHS's coverage of the Saturday Night Hockey. Islanders scored first, Tony DeAngelo. Then the Sharks responded, Celebrini. The overtime winner by Bo Horvat on a breakaway to end it in the final minute overtime. A 2-1 final here in San Jose. The Islanders win it. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time here on the MHS Network. I'm Max. Thank you so much for watching.